We discuss traces of evidence, and our topic is paint. Paint as a source of collecting evidence. Painted surfaces are everywhere, and the wide variety of the layers, color, clusters, and type often make paint high value as evidence. For example, paint transferred when vehicles hits another vehicles, or the pedestrian or a building can be matched to potentially identifying the car in question. In a property crime where a tool is used to break into a building, paint transferred to or from the tool can connect to the tool to the location. Analyzing automotive paint can identify the make, model, and something the year of the vehicles. And next is the collection by which we collect data and analyze it by using different techniques. To collect paint, investigators document the scene when peel off or the excessive small amount of the paint from the source, being careful to gather all layers. Samples are small, as 1 square millimeter can be used for the testing. For a car crash scene, paint samples from the point of the contact would be photographed, collected, and stored in such a way as protect the edges of for further examination. This is particularly important when examining for fraction matches. Paint samples are typically collected by scraping small sections down the metal or original surface, or using the tweezer to collect chips already dislodged. How and where the analysis performed. Next topic is how and where the analysis is performed. Case evidence covers a wide variety of these subcategories. There is similar variety in the testing. This is performed. Specialized testing may be done outside of the local laboratory to regional or the national facilities. This type of testing perform the range of the information provided vary by the type of the evidence tested. For example, analysis of the standard of hair may yield of information on the race and the general health of the donor, while the analysis of a paint sample would likely yield the manufacture of the paint and its commercial use. And how we use here as a source of evidence. Here samples are tested primarily by microscopic comparison and chemical analysis. Microscopic comparison identifies the shape, color, texture, and other visual aspect of the sample, while the chemical analysis indicate the presence of toxin, drug, dye, and other chemicals. In some cases, hair is subjected to DNA analysis. Next is fiber. Fibers trace evidence analysts often have only mere strand to work with. From these strand fibers, testing is done using high-powered comparison microscope to compare texture and wear in a side-by-side assessment. Chemical analysis can determine the chemical composition of the fiber. In the case of the synthetic fiber or carpet, this information can be used to trace the product to the manufacturer using standard database, further enhancing the probative value of the evidence. Next is the glass. Glass can yield valuable information through factors, marks, line, and the pattern. Testing for unique characteristics such as color, optical properties, and density can determine the type of glass. For example, a window pane, vase, a glass bottle. Detailed elemental analysis, including specific impurities, can be done using laser ablation, mass spectrometry, induction coupled mass spectrometry, X-ray, fluorescence, or other instruments used for glass analysis. Glass harsh glass shards can be used for this sourcing the glass, and also collect potential biological evidence. Next is paint. Powerful comparison microscopes are used to compare colors, thickness, and layer pattern and luster, or to match fragment and tears. Chemical testing such as the pyrolysis, gas chromatography, and PYGC can be used to determine chemical composition, color, and pigment and other quartiles. Here is a structural microscopy comparison of the paint sample can show layer of paint, primer, coating, scratches, and other damage that can uniquely match two pieces or otherwise provide glass identification information. What are the limitations of the analysis? Definitely, here is some limitations of this analysis, and these are the analysis of trace evidence can reveal connections between people and place that may not have been readily apparent as at first. Results are provided to investigators to identify leads or assist in piecing together a more revealing picture of what may have happened at a crime scene. And the second one is the disciplines. Discipline primary limitation is that trace evidence can exclude an individual from an investigation, but unlike DNA testing, for example, most trace evidence is unable to directly link or identify an individual or specific object. The result of examination are used to narrowing down the possibilities or for source and common origin via class characteristic and their other properties. Results and interpreted. Last topic is results. Because of the individualized nature of the trace evidence fragment, there are often no significant statistic that would be used to determine the likelihood of accuracy as would be found in DNA evidence. Without statistic, presentations of the analysis and interpretation result can vary. In 2009, the SWGMAT presented an updated conclusion scale that combined work by individual scientists and international work group, although not university preferred by officers and members of the court. The effort to make probability statements clear and to consistent is critical. Thank you.